I guess the biggest thing that happened in our sphere was Pusha T kind of dismantling Travis Scott. Like, I've never seen, so I guess for context, like, we're all pretty decently big Travis Scott fans. I think that Travis Scott is seen in our group of friends and just like our generation as one of the leaders in this music shit. Nigga is an elite producer, lead musician, He's put out great albums. He's been someone who I feel like has kind of not been in a lot of controversy. And Pusha T out of nowhere drops his song, the second one off the Clipse album that's coming up. So Be It is what it's called.
Yeah.
And he basically goes through the experience with this meltdown verse and Drake and Travis coming through to the LV studio with him and Pharrell and playing everything, but not playing that Drake meltdown verse where he's dissing Pharrell.
Yeah.
And everything is really funny because there's obviously footage of this happening from Utopia when Travis was hyping this up. And you see him in the studio and niggas are just like, oh, so niggas was fake vibing to the music.
Right.
Because Pusha was like, Travis was doing his monkey dance, doing all this shit. He wasn't really fucking with the shit even when he didn't know there was a diss on it.
Bro, dancing like a monkey is crazy.
I mean, saying that, see, he can't say that though.
Oh, my bad.
I see. Yeah, that could be. I mean, that was a crazy phrase in general. When he said it, I was like, wow, that feels charged.
I think calling someone a monkey is one of the funniest and most disrespectful insults you could throw at somebody.
Which is crazy because they were some of the smartest animals.
I mean,
no bat.
I hate this nigga.
I mean, it's like, would you rather be called a fucking... let me not.
You know?
Let me not.
But seeing Travis kind of in this light is weird because I know off jump there's not going to be a response.
Mm-hmm. Bro, it's really funny to like have one of the best rappers alive diss somebody that like is not going to reply and don't really rap.
Like, what does he say?
Is it kind of like picking a fight, like punching like a dude with no arms in the face?
I think it's like...
You know what I mean? Like,
I look at Pusha T in a different light after this because now I think I understand his motives a little bit better. Mm-hmm. I think this is therapy for him. I think Pusha T is not, and I don't want to phrase this as like a bad thing, but the nigga has a lot of anger, I think, genuinely, be it from whatever's happened in his actual life and what's happened in his professional life. Because I think that when he talks about these things, he says, you know the sentiment, like you can't expect everyone to act like you. You can't expect everyone to be like you. He's very much so presenting this like I'm super solid, whatever thing. And like these other people are just fake and I can't operate like that. I don't know the nigga, so I can't like either say that's true or say that's fake. But I do think that if that's what he's going with and how he's feeling, I could see a lot of the way that people move, especially in rap, and a lot of the direction where rap is going, be it this buddy shit, even if you know it's kind of fake and all that stuff kind of just rubbing him the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And as an OG, he probably feels like his responsibility to say something about it.
Yeah, and I feel like he just always inherits every beef for Pharrell.
Of course,
like not that he doesn't get himself in enough shit. But like, I feel like he's always been inheriting beefs for P. I feel like there was a point when he was inheriting beefs for Kanye. You know, he's like somebody that kind of just like is such a good rapper that he'll take that on.
But it's also not inheriting beefs. It's also just looking out for your mans.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I think we can talk about the criticism a little bit. I think the criticism I see online is like, bro, you're dissing somebody that doesn't rap, right? But I feel like Pusha T is super consistent with his stance. And every single time he does something like this, it is like consistent with how he talks about the rap game, how he talks about, you know, loyalty and shit like that. Like you said, especially when he was good music, he was riding for Kanye, even with the Drake shit. That's why when they like patched things up, he was weird about it. It's like, bro, I did all this for you because you're against this dude and everything he stands for, and you turn back against me. That's kind of weird. You know
I think Travis isn't a beef guy. Travis seems like he's very kiki. I like to just move around and make music, whatever. These are all my friends. And I think that this is the first time that that's kind of bit him.
Yeah, but also I think Travis replied in the absolute perfect way possible. And it's something that like Drake should take note of, right? Like all this is going down. There's all these beefs. What does Travis do? Announces a capsule with fanatics, Cactus Jack X, MLB X, NBA X, NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, and everyone was posting the clothes and they're like, yo, this is gonna be so fire. Like Travis knows what he does and knows why people like him. And nobody wants to hear Travis Scott reply.
I think he should reply, but I think he should just drop a song on their release date. But I don't think it should be a diss track.
No, that would be dope. That would be dope. Like a banger on their album.
But that's not dope. But that's not dope because I don't think that that's the right way to go about these things, because I think that if you want to go into the deeper layers of this, Travis clearly has respect for both Pusha T, Malice, and Pharrell.
How do you know he has respect for Pusha T and Malice?
Because that's why he came to the studio and was excited to play the shit for them.
You don't think it was because of Pharrell?
Because he could have just done that.
Him and Pharrell worked.
But if he saw that they were there, he didn't have to play it in front of him.
But I think it's timing. How many options do you have to pull up to LV and play music for Pharrell?
I don't think you have to play. If you want to play your album for Pharrell, yes, ideally you want to play it in the LV store, whatever, that's fine. But if you are in the company of people that you don't want to hear your music, or you don't respect the opinion of, then you're going to hold off and not play it and play it in a different setting, because I think that Travis Scott is one of the few people that has the cachet to be able to link Pharrell and find the time to link Pharrell. I think
maybe that speaks to not him having this respect for Pusha T and Malice, but more so not having a disdain for them.
I think if you're the biggest artist in the world,
they're legends. So obviously if you don't have a problem with them, you don't have to like respect the fuck out of them to be like, okay with them hearing your music.
But if you're debatably one of the biggest artists in the world, forget just rap, you're not playing your unreleased album that no one else has heard for people that you don't respect the musical opinions of. To me,
okay,
I don't think that. And like, but I say all this to say, right? Mm-hmm. I think that Travis Scott made a mistake. And I think that it is a mistake that he can come back from and still be looked at good in not only the fans' eyes, but all of these artists' eyes, because he shouldn't have not played the Drake song. If you're going to do it, either play the full thing, or if you feel weird about playing the Drake verse, you should maybe reevaluate if that's something you want on the song.
Well, let's rewind, because it wasn't where he messed up wasn't not playing the verse, but where he messed up, if he really wanted these relationships to stand, he's obviously worked with Pharrell before, was dropping Meltdown, which disses Pharrell on his album. It wasn't like foregoing playing it or anything. It was like he has Pharrell disses on his album.
Yes.
So to me, he was always involved in this, and he's Team Drake. Like Sicko Mode, they have hits, Meltdown. Like, I'm not mad at Travis. Like, you don't have to diss people, but like, he's gonna work with Drake again.
But he's not really Team Drake.
Why do you say that?
Because Metro is his people. Future is his people. Pharrell is his people, clearly. Like, I think that he has relationships with people who are anti-Drake and are on the other side of the beef. He's done a song with Kendrick, no?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like these are all people that Travis Scott is probably in a good relationship with, and I don't think he was thinking. I think he was like, I'm gonna put this verse on my album and like not really think anything of it.
Nah, if that's the case, he's an idiot. You're calling him an idiot.
I don't think
there's no way you hear the Pharrell diss and put it on your album and think that nothing's gonna happen.
But that's where you go. You don't have to call him an idiot.
That's what you just did.
But I think he made a mistake. I think everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
That is not like something that he can't remedy, though, is what I'm saying. So I think that he needs to go on an interview rather than make this music and speak about how, damn, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Oh, you want him to J. Cole?
I want him to apologize.
You want him to J. Cole?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. For everything you said about J. Cole, that's crazy.
Because J. Cole has always said, I'm the best rapper. None of you niggas want to rap with me. And if it comes to that, I'll kill you. Travis Scott has never said that. J. Cole had the opportunity to do that and ran away from it. Travis Scott never asked for that smoke.
I think if
he just made a dumb, short-sighted decision.
I think if you say you made a dumb, short-sighted decision on Utopia, like one of the most highly anticipated albums of this decade, and something that like was so hyped up, like you lose so much like creative cachet. Stand on it. It's not that big of a deal. You don't have to diss. I like what Osei said. Drop a banger when the Clipse album drops. Steal the spotlight.
But I don't think that's what he wants. Do you think he wants beef with Pharrell and Clipse?
No, and that's why I don't think he should.
So
diss
he's
them.
not going to drop the song. So that doesn't make sense to do.
Why?
Because he doesn't want beef with them.
I think low key it's super fly when somebody disses you, especially someone of Pusha T's stature, and you just keep it pushing.
But I don't think it's productive to push a Travis Scott beef, because how we opened all of this up by saying Travis isn't going to rap back with you.
Yeah.
Travis doesn't want that smoke. That's not who Travis is. That's not even the music he makes or the energy of the music he puts out.
Hey, people, release music on the same day all the time. That's not the most malicious thing in the world. Travis Scott can put a song out whenever he wants.
But you know that
he has no obligation to dodge that date.
He has no obligation but that's his man's.
It's not his man's.
Pharrell is his man.
No, it's not. Bro, how is Pharrell your man and you're putting out Meltdown? How is Pharrell your man?
Because he was immature and made a mistake. I don't even know. That could not be his man's. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, because why the fuck else would you go play the album for him?
Can we outline exactly what happened, because I think based on the GQ article, I might have a different idea of like what happened.
So Travis Scott was going around with the Utopia box and the chain and everything, promoting the album. And I think while he was doing this, he was playing it for different people to get their take on it, see if they want to work on it, whatever, right? He had the album, went to the LV studio to play it for Pharrell. Pusha T and Malice were also there because that's where they were recording their album with Pharrell.
And I think like here's where I think I might be a little bit confused, because he was surprised that they were there, right? He wasn't expecting them to be there. Because I think the way that Push was saying in the article, he was like, "Oh, everyone's here, ha ha ha," and then he started playing the album and started vibing or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think the meltdown verse was done by then.
I don't think so either.
And so I think that's where, even though I wouldn't have moved this way, I don't think it makes sense to move this way. I don't think he purposefully didn't play Drake's verse for them. I think the part where you mess up is put it like, because we know Drake delivers verses last minute.
Yeah.
That's a thing, right? So I think where you mess up is you hear the Drake verse, you know you've already played it for Push, Pharrell, all these people, and you're like, I'm going to put this out and not even let anyone know.
Yes.
I think that's where you mess up, because even if you're going to put it out regardless, you have to let them know.
There we go. And I love what you said, because now I give him even more benefit of the doubt. Because that's a fair mistake to make. Honestly, you played the album for Pharrell, not even knowing that you're going to get this Drake verse that's dissing Pharrell. You have no idea that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you're all good in that room. You did everything you're supposed to do right with Pharrell, Clipse, Pusha T. Even if they don't like the album, whatever, you didn't do anything wrong. Now you get the Drake verse for, like you said, one of the most highest anticipated albums of the last couple years. I don't think it's crazy to think that him feeling that pressure, understanding that, is like, fuck, it's last minute. Drake just delivered this verse last minute. I want to put him on the album.
Yeah, I agree. Travis Scott made a choice. And there was a clear moment when Travis Scott said, okay, do I put this verse dissing Pharrell, who I've worked with recently on the Down for Atlanta song and was recently hanging out with?
Yeah.
Do I let the biggest artist in the world diss my contemporary and somebody I aspire to be close with on my massive album?
Yes.
And he chose yes. And so there's beef.
And he made an immature mistake. And
I
don't think he made that choice.
You can't chalk it down to a mistake, bro. He made a choice. He made a choice to stand on this side, so stand on it.
So it has to be up. So
yes.
Is it fixable? Is it fixable?
What, like Pharrell and Travis's relationship?
Yes.
No.
Okay. I don't operate like that, nor do I think we should operate like that over music where no one's been hurt.
Can I adjust my answer?
Yeah.
It is fixable, but Pharrell has to be the one to fix it. Pharrell has to forgive Travis Scott.
Yes. And to forgive, you have to make an apology. You don't drop on the same day as the album. That's why I'm like, why in music do we want to promote this beef?
So, but this is my disconnect too, and it stems outside of like just this situation, because I think this is something that, again, we talk about consistency. Travis Scott has done things like this before.
Yes.
The one thing that I vividly remember was the Like That thing at Rolling Loud, where he knew that Future had this Kendrick verse. Future Metro had this Kendrick verse. And he was like, yo, play the da-na-na, knowing what that was going to start with somebody else who he had worked with.
And that's why I'm like, if he did it to the nigga that you saying he fucking with and doing all this shit for, I'm like, maybe Travis just doesn't be thinking like that. Travis doesn't seem to be thinking that deep with beef and shit like that.
Which is bad.
It's not bad.
It is.
It's not bad because that's who Travis is. I think Travis might be cut more from the Wayne cloth than we realize. The niggas who are just kind of like doing this whole aloof, I'm in my own world. I think not to say it's right or good.
Ignorance is not an excuse.
But I think you also have to just start accepting people for who they are. And realizing that maybe Travis Scott isn't someone who wants to promote beef and push all this beef shit. He just wants to hear music and put out music. And
I'm not saying he wants to promote beef or he should promote beef, but he knows that he's in hip hop, which is like naturally competitive. And you know that your moves have consequences. If you think you're allowed to just do whatever without any consequences, that's ignorant and immature. And if you're going to move like that, you have to be ready for the consequences.
So did I not say he made an immature mistake?
Yes, but I'm just saying you
Travis
can't,
Scott might be immature.
but you can't chalk up your immature mistake to ignorance and expect everything to get pieced up. You have to be ready to accept consequences when you move immaturely.
I agree. And he just got this whole article put out. Now, I think the best thing for him to do, looking at his immaturity, seeing all the shit that came from his decision, would be, yo, mute up. Keep pushing your shit, handle your business. Next time you get in front of a camera, next time you get an interview, if someone asks you about this, next time you give them the opportunity to speak about this, rather than make it some just like either super PC, like aloof, I'm not going to talk about it answer, or enhance the beef, say, yo, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I was not thinking. I was just focused on making the music or whatever and pushing this shit out and focused in my own world, not thinking about how my actions would affect other people.
To me, I think the relationship he has with Drake is stronger than anything else he has. And I think he should lean on that. And I think they should continue to work together. And I think going on a platform and saying, including this Drake verse on my album was a mistake and I fucked up, alienates you from him. And I think their relationship is more important than his relationship with Pharrell, who he's done one song with.
I don't think so, because it's like, yo, fuck the beef. Let's move on.
I like this guy, bro. You're inheriting the beef for Pharrell now.
For sure.
Exactly. And that's the shit, bro.
But I mean, first of all, why are so many people dissing Pharrell, bro? What's he really do?
When you're okay, have used the crown.
Who else dissed Pharrell?
Damn. All right.
I'm so serious. I feel like everyone loves Pharrell.
I will say, just
this nigga just saying shit. I thought you were gonna be fat guy going forward.
Fat guy?
Remember how you called me out on Thursday when you was just talking?
You know what? I lied. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I apologize.
Immature mistake.
Immature mistake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before we get off this, one thing I do just want to say is I do think we're witnessing one of the better album rollouts I've seen in the last 5-10 years, personally, with what the Clipse is doing. First, there was the Ace Trumpets moment. That was an incredible song, incredible return to form. And it was followed by that really good GQ piece, bunch of original photography, a bunch of new intel about how Push has dealt with the last 5-10 years. Shout out Frazier at GQ. That was one of the best pieces I've read in a long time. And then we get this new song, So Be It, which is a really strong song with the best Pharrell beat I've heard in years. Like, to me, that beat was absolutely insane. You get that little third verse where he's dissing Travis. He immediately goes on the New York Times podcast, which is one of the music podcasts I really like because it's a super deep dive. And I think it kind of keeps that highbrow luxury branding that the Clipse is going for with this whole release. And you really get into the beef with Travis Scott and you have another super viral moment that's all around the music. Everything has started and stemmed from the music and the strategy outside of it.
Kind of.
What do you think? What do you mean?
The Travis shit isn't music.
Yeah, it is. It was the whole thing that started that was a verse.
But the subject matter.
But it all comes back to the verse.
But niggas aren't talking about how he rapped on it. Niggas
I
are
think
talking
they are
about what he said.
No, I think they are. And I think if you want to, I guess if you want to hear where the conversation starts, you have to. About music? Yeah, you have to listen.
It's
to
all
the verse.
about what he said about the beef
in the music.
Yeah,
but
it is beef. It's like using another nigga's name. Like, yes, he rapped good. I fuck with the song.
Yeah,
but he is using another person's name in the middle of his rollout to enhance this, and like he knows Travis Scott is gonna be in the news
in the music. As long as it's in the music, I'm good with it.
But then he also did a GQ article talking about it.
Honestly, I do like the GQ interview. Yeah, it's like you're like, you listen to the song, it's almost like having like closed captions for the song. Like it's like explain.
I just don't want it to come off like I fuck with it and I enjoy it and I think it's smart and I think it's great and I think it's the right thing to do and I think this is one of the best rollouts, especially for a rap album like this that we've seen in a long time because it's getting that type of treatment that a like bigger, less like rapidy release is gonna get.
Yeah,
but what's pushing it is not just great music. It is narratives and stories and beef and all the stuff that is a little bit toxic, but you have to do. You have to do this.
It's great marketing that to me stems from two great songs. I think everything has been coinciding with these two releases. And yes, the conversation is about Travis Scott and the conversation is about Kanye and all that. But I do see it all going back to the music and how fire the two songs are.
The songs are good. I really like the songs. I think that I'm ready for the body of work. I think that the lead time has been great. I feel like they're staying consistent, finding ways to just keep the topics relevant as well, like switching stuff up. I would like to see the next couple of weeks, maybe the focus shifts to what has Malice been on? What has he been doing?
Yeah, it has been really Push heavy.
But I think that's how it's supposed to be because Push is the bigger star.
Yeah.
And I like how they have the Twitter account that's now the Clipse, which is like speaking for both of them, you know, it's Push and Malice. So
yeah, it's
going to be a good album. I'm excited for it. I hope that niggas can eventually piece it up because Pharrell and Travis make good music together.